everyone, and welcome back to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. I'm Golden Boy, joined by Mr. X here on the Charlie stream, bringing you Faze going up against the Australian team, Immunity.
You know, we've seen a ton out of these Australian teams this weekend. Immunity, I believe they upsetted Envy, if
That's
I'm not
right.
mistaken,
They
So
did.
this is going to be a great match. Faze, the maps that we have right now, just looking at them from my perspective, I think these are some of Faze's best maps. We're going to see Domination on Octane, Search and Destroy on Octane, Blitz on Octane.
Yeah.
Right to start out, and then the final two we're going to see is Dom on Sovereign and S&D Warhawk.
Now, I think we got a pretty cool fly-through of Octane, so let's actually
Yeah.
go ahead and take a look at Octane Domination, which is going to be the first map that we're going to check out here. Of course, 3 points, A, B, C, B in the middle. C and A home flag, so of course the 5-minute round. It'll be 2 rounds that are being played. You switch sides after the first half, score points by holding the control points. The highest score total ends up winning the game.
Right, and this is a great map for this Faze lineup because they're pretty AR heavy.
Okay.
With JCab and Proofy obviously being 2 of the better ARs in Call of Duty, all of Call of Duty, pretty much history. This is also a map where it's pretty easy to get a 3-cap. If you can get a 3-cap, you can hold it. I think it's going to be important. We're going to see replays. The objective player for this Faze lineup, he's going to have to put tons of pressure on their home flag if they're going to be able to win this map.
Yeah, on the Immunity side, though, honestly, I'm really looking at Buzzo to go massive yet again. And Rampage, too. I mean, Rampage was another guy who had some pretty astounding plays in the matchup that we saw with Envy. Now it's going to be on all eyes on Faze here, as they have been a point of interest. Faze as well as Envy, they were the 2 teams that dropped games to the Aussies, giving them that first seed. Naked, though, is going to get that first blood there on Classic. Proof is going to take out Naked, but we're on board with replays here. And you said before, he's got to apply that pressure on the home flag. He decides to run right through the club, knowing that no one's really going to be in this route. And he, again, applies that pressure. Amazing run there. He's going to find one, able to take him out. And they're just going to continue to rack this one up here. They might, he gets neutralization there, which is massive for him.
Really good play right there out of replays. I actually don't agree with this play, though. To go back and try and defend on this B flag, I probably would have liked to see him keep that pressure on that home flag. But, no, I understand it because he leaves A neutral. He knows they're going to have to rotate back. He's going to be able to take B pretty easily, but he's actually met with some resistance right there, Goldboy.
That's right. JCap now is going to find one. Can't get the second, though. Proof is going to be there for the cleanup as he moves in to take B. And A is going to go in favor of the Immunity squad. The Aussies coming through here real strong, trying to make a point here at the Call of Duty Championships that the Australian scene is alive and kicking. And, of course, some of the best players in the world are living in the land down under. But you have the American team Faze, a team that has been well known within not only the CoD competitive scene, but Call of Duty, as a whole. Faze, one of the more popular sniper clans on YouTube, branching out into competitive gaming. And I gotta just say, this is a matchup of titans here in this upper bracket round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see there's one player from Immunity in the gas station of Faze, and he was actually just taken out. That's a strong position. If they can try and put pressure on C, it can help them break out of this little spawn trap that Faze had mid-map. But Alex, in almost 2 minutes into the game, we still haven't seen a team take B.
Yeah. B has been a point of interest for both teams, but yet no one has been able to take any kind of control here. JCap, though, a beautiful headshot there on Ramsey. Turning around. He's going to have help from replays, though, but a great position here by Cap. Let's see what he's going to do. Finding another one as he pushed it out from Motel. Cap with the SMG now, hoping to make some noise. Bottom Motel finding one, but he's going to get challenged, hopping over to Classic now. As you know that pressure is going to be coming to B, but Faze does manage to get control. And Proofy with the 3-piece, he gets taken out, but 9 and 5, and that is what you want to see out of Faze, that explosiveness that this Dosh J combination of JCap and Proofy can bring to the table. Absolutely insane, Mr. X.
Yeah, I mean, Dosh J, that combination last year was good enough to get 2nd place at CoD Champs.
That's right.
Came right out of the winner's bracket into that grand finals.
And you have to think, you have replays in Classic.
Yeah.
Classic, many people regard him to be probably one of the best players on Faze sometimes. He just shows up.
Without a doubt.
Time.
I thought at Columbus, Classic really came out and surprised me. I didn't expect much from him. I didn't really know. He's actually one of Replay's friends, from school. So when I heard they were picking up, I was a little bit shaky about that. But, he's definitely surprised me with his SMG slaying power and just all different game modes. I mean, amazing player.
He has. He really has come to his own. And Replay's now moving in as it will be a 20-point lead in favor of Faze. Faze they're looking phenomenal. They're going in there challenging. They know they're going to be spawning back by the strip, and Replay's trying to just stay alive. Gets the cap, though. Activity over at B as a smart play by Immunity to not get reckless and push A and cause people to just fall like flies. Instead, they get aggressive and they push a B, they surround it, and now they're able to get that mid flag. They just got to claim a home flag. Replays knows that one's going to be on A. Finding him, that's going to be Shocks. Cleans him up easily there. Replay 6 and 6, another player in front, hit fire. That's going to be another kill. Ramsey, but Naked is going to be there for the stop yet again.
Yeah, you know, something very interesting, Golden Boy. You know, stats are sometimes misleading. You know, Replays is 7 and 7 right now. But the way he's played this map, he's definitely been the MVP from Faze. I mean,
yes.
He's neutraled the A flag twice, which has bought them time mid-map. And then right there, he was able to get that player off of A at that last moment when, you know, Immunity was taking B, and he was able to hold that 2-cap for them.
If you look at what happens with Replays there, right?
Yeah.
Every kill he got was crucial. And even at the start of the game, when he makes that play, goes after the home flag, neutralizes it, and pushes toward B, those are kind of like next level thinking that we look at them, we're like, I don't know if that's a good idea. But he knew. He was like, this is a prime opportunity for me to give my teammates some kind of positioning as they're off the respawn. So I have to say, Faze just been absolutely impressive here, crushing Immunity.
Oh, man.
76
Oh, I thought
Roofy,
that was
can
a
you stop him?
P3.
Him and JCap are just exchanging kills. It seems like it's a competition for who can get the most kills at the end of this first half. But remember, this is only a first half, and he gets that one, but he is going to get shut down. JCap, though, he will get cleaned up, but it is going to be 82-41, and he got that 41-point lead in favor of Faze, and I got to say, Faze is rolling on Immunity here.
I mean, you know, watching Proof play is unbelievable. He has that quick snap reaction time that you don't see a lot of other players have. You know, he'll be locked on, aimed into another player, and then instantly snap that trigger over right onto the second guy. So, I mean, unbelievable AR play out of both ARs.
84-42.
Yeah. So, you have both of those ARs for Faze, you know, going huge. Proofy and Cap, and that's what you want to see on Octane. But I definitely think, as we were saying before, that Replays was the MVP of that first half.
Yeah, Replays made some pretty clutch plays there. Replays with 3 captures as well. He went 9-11, but he was able to put his team in a position that gave them that chance, especially for Proofy and JCap, to do what they do best, which is slay. Now, it is going to be 42 points for them to come back from. Can you realistically see this happening?
It's the beauty about Octane.
Yeah.
You can hold the 3-cap.
You
can hold the 3-cap from either side. You just have to play it right. You have to win that opening break and have a guy like Replays, how he came through Strip. You have to put pressure on that home flag right away. If you can get kills, put pressure on that home flag, especially if he puts his back strip. If he goes back strip and he can get to that home flag as you're getting those kills, they'll still spawn in that back strip area. So you just have to make sure you're clear of that area, or else you're going to spawn them on the A flag. So if they can get a player immunity over into that area, pick up some kills mid-map, they can rack up a ton of points quick.
I want to see what the breakout is going to be for immunity on the opposite side here, because we saw Replays go right after the club, came around, swung to that home flag of Immunity. That caught them off guard right away. They didn't expect that. I want to see if Immunity is going to do the same thing, or if maybe even Faze is going to read that and have a body over there just to make sure no one pushes by that flag.
Yeah, I think if you're Faze, you're probably going to have a guy over there playing in top motel, playing a little bit more passive. Maybe even have Classic run an AR and just rock a 3 AR setup for, you know, maybe the first minute of the game.
So does that work? Because you hear a lot about SMG dominance.
On Octane, you can run 3 ARs.
You've
seen a lot of teams do it. And especially when you have a huge lead, it's probably the easiest way to keep that lead is to have third AR, watch mid-map, watch the crosses, and, you know, just pick up those easy kills in the middle of the map. And I think we may see Faze pull out 3 ARs here, maybe some double nade class, maybe even stuns. You know, on Black Ops 2, Alex, a lot of people use DMPs to, you know, check certain areas. They would throw an EMP, just check certain area. That's a lot of what people are using stuns for here on Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah, it's stun checking. Yeah, it's a thing that's been around since Black Ops 1. You're always told if you are, it's a phrase I should say that came around since then. Probably MW2, could be wrong, but in Black Ops 1, I know for a fact, I would tell my teammates, stun check that corner. If you use your stun, and they're like, no. I'm like, stun check it, and then they'll get the check, and then they'll know that someone's going to be in that position, and they'll be able to get it. So it makes sense.
Smart guy.
Dude, I competed for a long time, so I know.
Did I.
Yeah, see, high five for competing.
Boom.
Yeah, way to go. So we're waiting for this matchup to begin here any second now. Plus 42 lead in favor of Faze. Immunity, the Australian team, struggling in this matchup. But like you said before, they can easily answer back, get a 3-cap, because a 3-cap is easy to hold on Octane down.
What I've seen out of a lot of the foreign teams at this event is, you know, they play a little passive on respawn. You see, I mean, there are a few teams that play pretty much aggressive, like TCM's very aggressive on respawn, you know, Epsilon's very aggressive on respawn. You see a lot of the Australian teams and some of the other teams, they're very passive compared to, more of the North American play style. So sometimes this kind of deficit, obviously not this much, but it helps a little bit because it forces you to play more aggressive. So
Yeah.
Immunity, by nature, is going to have to play this more aggressive. So it'll be interesting to see if they come out and they can pull off that type of play style.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to say the least. Of course, again, guys, we're waiting for this one to start up. Might have been a slight issue there with restarting the match, but I will say this much about Immunity, and it seems like it has come up now. So let's go ahead and hop into that. But I will say this much about Immunity: if there's one team that can come back from this, it's them. We've seen them take it to Envy in the past. We saw what they're capable of. They did struggle a bit, though. I will say that much. They did struggle in their group. I think it was. Trying to remember, there was a game that they actually were
Went to game 5, or
yeah, I think it went to a game 5. I'm not entirely certain, but I think Immunity, though, I saw someone on Twitter tell me, Triton T1 Daughters, they beat Envy, and Immunity is just as good as Triton T1 Daughters. They beat Faze, excuse me.
Yeah,
they could beat them too, and
I don't doubt it.
But I think people
they're gonna have to
win
a respawn. They're gonna win. I think they'll win the search.
I think
very
people
good
are
searching.
forgetting who's on this team.
Respawns.
I think they're forgetting who is on this squad.
The Faze squad looked pretty bad yesterday. They look shaky. I wouldn't say bad. They look pretty shaky. If Proofy and Cap play like we know Proofy and Cap can play, this is a team that has top 2 potential. I don't think anyone would argue against that. Classics is going to need to show up pretty consistently, though, just in case one of those 2 players don't. That's the only thing. And, in his first CoD champs, it's going to be, the pressure's on, Alex.
That's right. Look at Shox. Shox getting aggressive. He's going to be pushing up over by the backside on the this is actually a great move. Doing the same thing Replays did, except going for the more open strat wide out. And he's going to apply that pressure. But look, right away, there is going to be a guy there potentially. No, there will be a guy by B. So they are going to go and get C and B right away. And Shox and company are going to be waiting right by that flag. And they're doing the same exact thing that Faze was doing against them. It's pretty much just picture perfect what they're doing. It had that one player rotating around to the side. He is going to get picked off, though. And now we're going to be on board with Classic from Faze, seeing what they can do as they manage to get A and C back. Immunity holding B at this point in time. There is going to be one member there of Immunity on A, but he is going to have a teammate there for the cleanup. That was going to be JCap Proof for the cleanup as well. And now as we see, Faze kind of just continuing to do what they did in that last round. Proof with a double kill. It just seems to be the story here in this Octane Dom. If you put them in a map where those ARs are going to become more relevant, Octane, they're going to be able to come out on top.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is why I think this is one of Faze's best domination maps, because it's extremely AR heavy. It lets them play to their strengths with Proofy and Cap. But right there, Alex, you saw now, it pretty much right there, Faze went for a split.
Yeah.
And when Immunity spawned mid-map, that played into exactly what Faze wanted to do, because it looks like Immunity is not running 2 ARs. It looks like they're running 3 subs. So
yeah,
those long lines of sight spawning mid-map, they're going to have to cross over to pick one of the home flags, and it led to 3 or 4 easy kills for Proofy right there.
Yeah, and you're just seeing it come into light here, just how Proofy and JCap feel at home. I think is something you got to point out. But then the opposite of Classic, he's going to run an SMG. He's going to continue to play those annoying plays in the mid and just make those movements, as well as Replays, who will just move around and, again, continue to just hold out. But look what he's doing here. He's hanging out by C, laying down, waiting for someone to come through the store. Unfortunately, he is going to get picked off, though. Jumping over to JCap now, finding someone through the smoke, and another one over by B. B has been capped, but he will have Proof there for support. And I gotta say, the way that Proof and JCap play, they're basically near each other at all times, at least in the vicinity. If one player can't get it, the other one's gonna be there for the response. It's almost as if they're just in sync.
They're the duo, man. They're a duo. There you have kind of like Aches and T, 2 players who just get each other. These 2 guys just get each other. It's just natural, their teamwork and just the way they play with each other. And that is absolutely absurd.
Oh.
You shouldn't be able to do that, Alex.
No, you should not. Not at this stage of the Call of Duty Championships. Proofy just showing why he's one of the greatest players that ever touched the sticks.
Man.
When it comes to competitive Call of Duty, he will get taken out by Naked, but his teammate Replays will be there for the stop. Replays finding another one. That's going to be a double for him. Classic taking out Buzzo now, and it will be a 3-cap here in favor of Faze, and they're just going to continue to hold this down. And like you said, a 3-cap's easy to hold here, but they did give it up. Replays was cleaned up over by C, but they still have A and B control.
Yeah, I love to see that out of Proof. He's a player who kind of got lost for a little bit, Alex. You can't really lie. When Envy wasn't placing well, he was still playing pretty good. He was playing consistently. And, once he joined this Faze lineup, he got back into that winning mentality, and, he's been on a tear ever since.
He really has. And JCap finding one. There's going to be another one challenging him. And JCap, he does win that one too. I just don't get it.
Trade?
No, actually, Shocks was going to clean him up on that one. Jumping over to the Australians, so it's going to be 72-35. 1 minute and 24 seconds left on the clock. Remember that plus 42 lead that Faze has at the start of that Octane Domination matchup. That is going to be added on to the lead that they have here, which is going to be plus 40. So they have 82-point lead. Not something that I would have expected to see out of Immunity going up against Faze. With how they played against Envy, they were just not ready for how Proofy and JCap play. And then when you couple that with the fact that Replays is an animal. Buzzo, though, getting a couple kills. But basically, when you couple that with the fact that Replays is an animal, plays that objective so well, and then you have to worry about Classic 2, who could slay with the best of them, it becomes such a problematic situation for any team to overcome if they're clicking.
Yeah, and you can see just kind of the pace of the game. It definitely favored Faze, because look, you see 3 players with at least four now with double-digit kills for Faze, and you see 1 player now for Immunity with double-digit kills, Alex. So really just came down to slaying in that regard, this whole map.
Yeah, it did. It did. So it seems like with 20 seconds left on the clock here, time will be ticking down. Faze will take game number 1, and with such a performance there, 100 points that we're seeing at this point in the competition is unreal.
A lot of points.
About a 52-point lead. They have a 94-point lead here. I mean, incredible stuff. Faze came out so strong, but now you have Search and Destroy and Octane coming up next, and the score of that one, 104-51, Faze on top.
I mean, that was just a dominant performance from Faze, and that's exactly how you want to start this day off. Bracket play, we're doing up to the semifinals tonight. You want to start this off. I mean, Proofy, just went off. Robo-proof. And to start today off with a dominating performance like that, that's exactly how you want to set the pace for the day.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And Faze, like I said, going into 3 Octane maps. They have Search and Destroy Octane and Blitz Octane. Yeah. And I think the story is going to be continuously look for Proofy and JCap. Proofy, most importantly, he's just been incredible. Yeah. Incredible. I mean, I don't know how Immunity is going to be able to stop him.
They're obviously gonna have to win these Search and Destroys, and they're gonna have to, if they're gonna win the series, obviously they're gonna have to sneak out one of these respawns. The respawn probably that they can sneak out the best would probably be that Blitz on Octane, I would say. Domination Sov is another AR map for respawn. You're gonna be able to hold that a little easier if you're Faze. I think Blitz, Octane, and obviously the Search and Destroys are the ones they're gonna have to get.
Well, I tell you right now, I think I look for Immunity on that Search and Destroy Octane. Yeah. They are going to bring it there. Of course, they know that they have to. With that said, that's going to do it for me here on Charlie for right now. My good friend Chris Puckett is going to come by and join Matt here, Mr. X, to cast this next game, the rest of the series of Faze versus Immunity. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. See you in a few here on Charlie Stream. I'm Golden Boy, signing out.